I'm so proud to be a representative of the town of Oakville. It's a town that I moved here in my early 20s as a newlywed with Jan, and we soon decided that it was going to be a place that we were going to call home for a very, very long time. We raised our family here. Our son was born at Oakville Trafalgar Memorial Hospital and lived here for most of his life until he decided to move out on his own. And it's just a community where I think people look out for each other in Oakville. We've got some fantastic organizations around town. I myself involved myself in minor sports, for example, did some coaching of soccer, involved myself in the Big Brothers, started to look after a 9-year-old boy who's now a man in his late 30s expecting a second child, and I was fortunate enough and privileged to be his best man at his wedding. We also have a tremendous arts community here in Oakville. You can go from one end of town to the other and you can find experiences that I just don't think you find in other communities of this size in Ontario. Artists that involve themselves in the community, that practice their art or their craft in a way that they're able to share it with other people. So it really is something that I'm extremely proud to be the representative of this community, because it allows me to express how I feel about the community and the way that I represent the community. We were faced with a bit of a challenge a few years ago where it was decided that perhaps Oakville would be a good site for a power plant. I didn't agree with that decision, and unfortunately that decision was made by an agency of my government. So it really tests your mettle, and it really tests the leadership skills that you have when you're asked to take on an issue of such magnitude. I had no hesitation at all. I knew that my loyalty lay with the people of Oakville and with my community, and I was quite prepared to take that message down to Queen's Park, that in this case a decision had to be overturned and reversed, and that plant didn't need to be built. In the end, we were successful, and I think there again we were successful because we worked together and we looked out for each other. I was able to work with community groups, with the mayor and council, and bring a very strong but firm and fair message to Queen's Park that they needed to change their minds. Fortunately, they were smart enough to listen to us, and they decided that Oakville was not a good site for a power plant after all, and that the right decision was reached in that regard. So it really has been a pleasure to be the MPP for Oakville for all these years. It's one fantastic community. It's a place I call home. It's a place I'm going to be calling home for a long time, and would really appreciate your support on October 6th to continue on that.